If you are under the age of 18, the content of this video is not intended for you. Please stop watching now. Hey YouTube, it's Audrey, and I'm here with the first installment of the Paper Dolls collaboration hosted by Poetspice. I will have a link to all the participants in the description box below, along with the hashtag that you could use to play along with us. The purpose of this collaboration is to use materials that you can piece together or layer together to make a total figure, or object, a doll, an animal, a flower. But the purpose is that you will be using materials that you have to piece together. So we did this collaboration, I think, last year. So we are trying it again, and hopefully you will find some inspiration from the things that we are using. Again, I will have the links to all the participants below, so make sure you visit everyone and you give everybody some love, some likes, some comments, and we thank you and we hope we inspire you. So let me show you what I used this week for this first one. And I didn't mention that we will be doing it every Saturday in the month of July. It will be at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central when we post. So let me show you what I used. I used these lighter green gem stickers from Honeybee. They are holiday. It's called Holiday Wishes, but you can use these colors anytime that you want. I used this not too long ago, but this is one of those KI paper pads from 2014 when they were $1.29. Woo! At Tuesday morning. Don't we wish we could get some deals like that now? So I used the sheet out of there. Excuse the glare. This is something new that I got about a month or so ago. It is one of the new scrapbook.com 3D embossing folders. It is called Little Boxes. It is a 5x5 by 8, 5.5 by 8.5 inch 3D embossing folder. And it has, instead of dots, those are little squares. So when that came out, I had to have it. So I decided, let's pull it out and use it. This is another one that I just recently got a couple months back. This is A7 Oval Basics die by Christina Warner with Concord and Knife. And so you can see it has several different layers, but then it also cuts out where those colors are, these thin frames that you could see here. So you'll get the frame, and you also will have a oval inside that frame. Then I used last month's, now that this is July, last month was June, it's going so quickly, the My Monthly Superhero Kit from Hero Arts, and I used a couple stamps out of here. And it also has coordinating dies. This was part of the superhero kit. This one was from the monthly hero kit. Well, if you're not familiar, there is a My Monthly Hero, and then you could upgrade it to the My Monthly Superhero, where you get additional products for an additional price. So I used one of the stencils in this layering stencil set. And then the star of the show for the dolls is from the My Monthly Superhero from June last month, Sippin' Summer die set. And I used this particular die set to make a lady. Now this one also does have drink options that you could use, but I chose not to use those today. I just wanted to use the lady. So here is the card that I made. Now, I cut out the pieces. You do have a base piece that you cut out, and there are outlines or score marks where you add the pieces to where you layer the pieces on. Show you like right here. This is your base piece. You got your hat. You got your hat decor piece. You got the hair. You have the face. And so you have score lines where the face, where the neck and shoulders, which is right here, where the dress, which is right here, goes. So it does help you with layering those pieces. So I cut the hair in black. The skin is from a chocolate piece of cardstock, a brown piece of cardstock that was one of the Michaels in one of the Michaels packs of 110 pound. The pattern paper is from that KI paper pad. So I used it on the dress and on the hat and on the bow. And then I trimmed it in a solid color and did the bow and the band. Now, originally, I had the hat all this color that the brim is, but it just wasn't popping enough for me, so I went back and I cut out the crown and the band again and just layered those on top. So there is some dimension to it because it is layered on another piece under it. I stamped Smile here, and then You're Fabulous. I stamped it on the same cardstock that the trim on the hat and the dress are. And then it says You're Fabulous. So Smile, You're Fabulous. I added the eyelashes and cut the lips out of a scrap. This is the one thing about these paper doll type dies that you put together is that you can use the tiniest of scraps. Like for those eyelashes and for the lips, just need a tiny bit. I made a little necklace out of the bling, and then in the background, I used the modern oval, or the oval from Christina Warner. And then I used that embossing folder, which you could see the texture there. And then once I had it all put together, I thought, you know what, you should have stenciled a little bit because it was just looking so plain to me and around the edges. So hopefully you could see the light, faint stenciling. I went back after I was done and had it all glued together. I took the stencil and carefully just moved it around and did some very light inking through the stencil. And you could kind of see the stenciling around the edges of the card. And so that just gave it just enough something to make it a little more interesting than just having that card plain. So then you open it up and I added an oval to the inside. I will probably cut a smaller oval in this color and then add the sentiment to that. On the back, there is my information, and I really love how this turned out. I have several of these type of kits. The July kit just came out, and there is a lady on a Vespa with an Italian theme and lemons, and hopefully I will get that before the end of this month so that I could use that in the Paper Dolls collaboration. But a lot of the Spellbinders dies for the club dies of the month also have things you could piece together, a lot of animals, people. So I'm looking forward to using some of those that I haven't used. And of course, this is the first time I used this since I just got it. And I am rambling on. We're at 10 minutes, but I wanted to just show you this this is an example of it with the person drinking a drink. So you can see the two examples there. So again, check out everybody in the description box below. Give everybody some love. Also, just a reminder to also check out hashtag 2crafters1design this week. I think their theme was ribbon. And unfortunately, I'm at my dad's house when I'm doing this, so I did not have any ribbon here with me. But hopefully I will be able to participate with them, either with this theme or the theme coming up. But also make sure just to check them out and give them some love too. Thank you, everybody. You have a great and a very blessed day. Bye-bye.